Hey you guys, what is up? Welcome back to the Action Figure Addiction channel. So, you guys may be like, Jose.
I saw from the title of this video that you're like reviewing an older figure, but in the year 2022.
And I'm like, yeah, but mind your business, because nobody asked for your opinion. But, even though I said that, I still want you guys to watch this video. So, as from you can tell from the title of the video, I'm reviewing retro one, and I wanted to review it because I don't really have any new figures coming in, and I already did the newest figure that I had, and the custom that I'm working on is not done yet, so I can't really show you. So yeah, but it is not Marvel, and it is not DC, or Star Wars, and RTI Joe. So that's the custom that's coming up. So I hope you guys enjoy that. But now we are looking at Gambit, and Gambit is a X-Men character. I had watched a few episodes from the original X-Men, the animated series, first season, and it's like, it's okay. It's not my thing. It's an animated show. It's, it's based more towards kids, and you think, there might be people out there that are like,
hey, Jose, we're adults, but we also like, the animated series.
And I'm like, yeah, because you guys had the nostalgia for it, and you guys watched it when you were younger. I did not have that, and therefore I'm not, all that interested in these old shows. Rogue though, that's my right there. So yeah, that's basically it. I don't really like her accent, but she's a great character. It's a good show. I did watch an origin story on Gambit, and yeah, he just seems like a really interesting character. His power is kinetically charging stuff, specifically his playing cards, and throwing them is pretty cool. The ideal Gambit would be the Mayfix Gambit, but if you want to pull $200 out of your butt right now, I can't really say the A word on YouTube. I don't feel like getting demonetized, but if you wanted to pull that out of your pitching, you would have to pay overpriced, and I don't feel like doing that. It was $100 when it first came out, and plus they pre-ordered that figure in 2020. Like, who remembers that? But they also did that with the Endgame Captain America, and everybody likes that one, but I don't really like it. I'm getting sidetracked. So the review is on the retro series Gambit, and yeah, this packaging is really nice. I would like to show you the image on the back. It's way bigger than the Beast image. His image is, let me show you. I got the box right here. This image is like, it just covers up the side. Gambit takes up the whole box. And it is different than the Spider-Man series boxes. You can tell, because the Spider-Man series is themed as Spider-Man. Wow. Such a surprise. But the thing about, Gambit is that he's an interestingly designed character, and the costume is basically the same thing from that wave that came out with the X-Men characters, the original Gambit. But this head is way better, and that is why I like this figure way better. So, let's get into it. Let me look at the box first. So, Gambit. His name is there. His figure's in there. You can barely see it because of the ring light shining off the plastic, but he's in there. It says the Uncanny X-Men. It has Rogue, Wolverine, Gambit, and Storm up there. Marvel Comics, The Warning, 4+, like Hasbro right there. I can't really show it up close because I don't have, that much of a distance. But it says the Uncanny X-Men, Gambit. Read up on Gambit. Not going to read that. Probably going to show a picture. You can read it yourself. Gambit. And then a picture of the figure in a very horrible pose, if you ask me. I could probably do better. But this, I didn't get this at retail, so yeah. The box that I got is a little bit curved, so not mint condition. But it will do, because I usually take the figures out of my box. So let's get to that. So, Gambit. Wow, I forgot what I was going to say there. But Gambit, the character from X-Men, the one that blows up stuff with energy blast. Power set, kinetic charge, so yeah, that's his power set. Anyways, the figure, yeah, that's what we're here to do. the figure, we're gonna start off with problems first, because that's what we do on this channel. The problems I have with this figure, obviously, major issue number one is that this has a plastic trench coat. So that means that you are stuck with the arms on here, and the arms, I don't like the arms. The arm, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. The arms, yeah, they're just trench coat, you know, sculpted. The trench coat is nice, it's very flexible, unlike other trench coats, specifically looking at Baron Zemo. Unlike his trench coat, this trench coat is flexible, so then it moves out the way. Doesn't mean that it's not there, but it's flexible, so it moves out the way. Oh yeah, that's another issue right there, is that the joint is not pink right there, it's actually the blue on the legs. Also, another issue I have is that this hand can barely hold the staff. It flies out, and I do not have both of my hands readily available right now because I am holding my microphone. I'm gonna do this with one hand on the floor. Staff goes into his hand. And you want to stay now, but like, if I put it up and then I move it down a little bit, you know, move it, it doesn't want to stay. You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know, right now, it's working a little bit, now it's not, it's coming out. And it likes to slip, so if you want him in an action pose, it's likely gonna fall, and you don't want to lose that. Also, another problem that I have is that his kinetic charge powers is on the same hand. So if you want to use these, you're only able to do it on one hand. And yeah, that seems like a problem. What I figured out is that unlike not using this hand right here, not using this hand to hold this card, you can use the other hand. You can slip it between the fingers, and then you have this. And let me focus on that. You can have it between there, and then you just have it in one hand, and then you can put the blast effect on there. And so that's another issue. And other than that, there's no other major issues with this figure. And that's a surprise, since Hasbro really doesn't have the best track record with the greatest figures. They have a 50% chance of getting their figures right, and then the other percent is just not good. Yeah. So that's where I'm at with Hasbro figures. So Gambit's head, yeah, head. That don't sound right, but Gambit's head is pretty good. It's basically a blue sculpt, you know, the blue on the face. It's basically that with his face painted over it, so that's pretty nice. But the skin tone is like splotched on there, you know, it doesn't really look that great. And it's also shiny for some reason. It looks like he's sweating. The hair is what gets me, because if I wanted to get a Gambit, I would have got the original one. But the only reason why I didn't get the original one is because the hair is so ugly on that one, swooping to one side. This looks more like something I like, and it is way better than the other one. So yeah. Oh, I'm about to drop the card, sorry. So yeah, there's also like dry brush on there of a brown color to match his jacket, and also the purple is to match his, you know, shirt. Then he has these lines sculpted and painted in. I don't think you really tell the sculpt, but they're painted in. His whatever is this armor, because he's very flexible in it. I don't think it's armor, but it could be vibranium or something like that. But yeah, has a nice sheen to it, but it does change, and it's noticeable when it gets to the crotch piece, because it's not, this is painted and this is sculpted in the color, so that's why you can see the swirly twirly, but that adds to the armor like feel. And then this is painted as well, so you can tell his, I don't know what these are metal boots. I don't know why he has these. And yeah, these are sculpted nicely. They don't have any wash in them, so it doesn't really bring out the detail, but they are, you know, made in a light blue, I think. So it has a hint of blue in there, so it kind of looks like that. And then the jacket is sculpted to look like leather, you know. So yeah, that's pretty nice. It has whatever this is on it. Although his jacket is plastic, the arms are pretty good. They have biceps full. So yeah, that's pretty good. Now the other accessories, I'm losing my tone of speech. the other accessories include the magic hand that has no hinge on it, so it's basically like this the whole time. Like his hand's facing out, and then his fingers, his blasty things are just going up, so it's not going straight. But it has cards on them. Ooh, cards, and then it has the energy piece, and this whole hand is made out of the same color, but then it's painted over. So yeah, but even though it's painted over, this blue actually matches with his color scheme, you know, the gloves. And then this is his, you know, to hold this card. I don't know what pose this is, but he does this a lot. So yeah, it's to hold his card, you know, if he just wants to hold it and then toss it like this, whoosh, like that. But mostly it's to hold it. And then he comes with his staff. So yeah, as a 2022 perspective, you know, seeing the future, because I'm in the future, and this figure came out in 2019, I think. It has way more accessories than figures do now, and that's mostly because all of these came with the original Gambit. So yeah, but so this is a pretty good figure. Now we get into articulation. I don't want to strain this review on for long. Okay, articulation, Gambit. He can look pretty far up, considering that he has, I don't know what the part of this jacket is called, but considering he has that, he can look pretty far up. He could look all the way down. He has, you know, a little bit of tilt. I don't know if you can call this tilt or not, but he does have 360 vision. He can break his neck, and his arms, they go up all the way. So he has a single jointed hinge and also a bicep swivel, and that goes past 90 degrees, just barely, but it does. And he also has horizontal hinges for his hands. All of them have horizontal hinges, including the one like this. But yeah, he has ab crunch that goes pretty far forward, so yeah, the jacket looks weird like this, but goes barely anything back. So yeah, that's restrainment of this plastic jacket. His leg, I mean, he has waist swivel. His leg kicks pretty far forward, you know, that's a lot, but back is a little bit restrained by his, you know, coat or his trench coat. And he out is not that restrained, but it does come back down because of this piece. You could go around the outside of it and it'll probably stay, but it would be kicking forward. So yeah, he also has thigh cut, and he has these numbers on the inside of his legs that nobody likes. He also has double jointed knees that go pretty far forward pretty far in, and he also has don't know what this is called, but he has it. And his feet, they go that far down, that far up, and he has ankle pivots. So necessary stuff, unnecessary stuff, like whatever this is, I don't really like that, but it's there, and it's there. Now we get into size comparisons. So give me a second, because I need to get a bunch of figures off my shelf. So this segment's gonna be pretty quick, but here he is next to Retro Beast and X-Force costume Wolverine. Yeah, but this is Quicksilver, and this is Wanda Maximoff for the Scarlet Witch. So, what are my final thoughts on this figure? So, you know, dear viewer, you might be thinking, oh, Jose, you probably don't like this figure because of watching this review. Shut up, man. I love this figure. It has a nice sculpt. It's a great figure. It looks good on the shelf. It has a very good shelf presence. It's very saturated, so it really stands out on your shelf. So those were positive things I just said about it. So yeah, you can stop complaining that I just, you know, I don't like it. But, you know, it just, the design of the character really gets me. Gambit is one of my favorite X-Men, you know, other than Wolverine, and the Wolverine's everybody's favorite X-Men, so I can't really choose him. But Gambit is one of my favorite X-Men, and also he's one of the best in the animated TV show. He was framed by, you know, Mystique, and he actually punched Mystique, so no hitting woman. Woman hitting is bad now, so you can't really do that. But Gambit, yes, this figure is great. It has great accessories, great power effects. It really shows what the character can do, you know. So this figure is a, you know, a relief from other ones. He comes with multiple accessories. Also, his packaging, I forgot to show you the picture on there. The massive picture on his packaging. Beautiful, beautiful picture right there. You know, that's artwork right there. Compared to the other ones, that's artwork. So, overall, I give this figure a 9 out of 10. I can't really give it that high because articulation wise it's not really giving me the best, but everything else, kiss on the cheek, man. But that is my review on the Retro Gambit 2022 edition. Like and subscribe. Bye.